Hello and welcome back to White Knuckle Rants, the series where I play White Knuckle while ranting about up to 10 topics, and the video ends if I either die or finish talking. Up to 4 user-suggested topics will be allowed each video. Just comment it and I'll pick the ones I like. Today's shoutout is Undersea V3R for being the first ever suggested topic in a video. Sorry, I couldn't get yours on episode 9, but I did get it on this one. I got it this one. If you want to shout out, just comment literally anything below related to the video, and if it's good, I'll pin it for the next video's shout out. Yeah, Undersea V3R. Over? Is that what that's supposed to be in, like, Leet speak? I don't know. It's been a while since I've, heard that, but okay, we got some topics for this. Now, I know I did say I was going to continue that thing from last video talking about VVVVV, but that can wait because we have a user suggested topic, which is iPad kids. So wow, there's a lot to unpack in just the word. It's a very complex issue that involves like a lack of parenting, the sort of societal craze on like technology and how easily accessible the internet is to the youth, and it creates this harmful environment that looks alluring as like a young child. I can confirm myself that like I almost became an iPad kid, and in some sort of way I did reflect a lot of like the iPad kid mannerisms when I first got a phone, because I would think I was 12 when I first got a phone. But like, it's the fact that my parents didn't really pay attention to what I was doing on the internet that kind of led to that. So I was born in 08, basically on the cusp of becoming an iPad kid. Really, what I think makes up an iPad kid, it isn't just the fact that, you know, they're on the internet and they're young, but also that it's like a lot of the times you'll see them in places they're not supposed to be, like an 18 plus only like thing, or a very adult series. Like I think Has Been Hotel has more underage fans than it does adults, which would be fitting for that kind of series. It's kind of upsetting as well, like looking at it from, of course, a parenting perspective, because what makes an iPad kid most of the time is just not being there for them while they're exploring the internet, this scary place where, you know, you can find a lot of different things, and it might introduce them to bad language or even very like harmful topics that they're not aware is a joke. Like, of course, somebody could make an edgy joke about maybe like rape or something, and then the kid would be like, ooh, that's cool, and not realize like the wider weight of that. Most often iPad kids is just seen as like the like 6 to 10-year-olds on the internet trying to be like, hello, my fellow grown-ups, or something like that. But it does affect like, oh, that was close. I almost just made that mistake. It's mostly just those, but like, as I mentioned, it does affect a wider demographic than just the kids, because I think, again, what makes an iPad kid is just somebody that's not really educated on like tech, somebody that doesn't have that kind of thing, somebody that doesn't have people who, you know, watch them when they do explore it, and someone who's generally just kind of unsupervised and on the internet. It leads to this kind of stuff. So you could have somebody who's 14, never seen the internet before, gain access and start doing all of the cringy iPad kid stuff that everybody knows. Like, okay, so one of the terms that I heard when I used to play VR a lot, I don't often now, but I still do sometimes, is squeaker, where you'll be on a game like Pavlov. Dude, I remember when that like Pavlov's Shack was free, because it was in early access. Dude, I'm so old, sorry, but like, when I used to play that, I'd hear kids that are probably 7 or something like that, and they're on the VR in a game where you shoot other people in a historical context sometimes. I mean, I know there's like themes, but it's like, what are you doing here? Shouldn't you be like learning your ABCs? It's very like concerning. Like I joke about it, and I'd be like, oh, should you go back to like kindergarten? But genuinely, these kids, you know, they're in a position where they have all this access to possibly even dangerous stuff, and there's just nobody there like governing them. There's nobody there like being like, oh hey, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't be on that. And I get it. I hate strict parents, but like, I'm pretty sure if you're 7, you shouldn't be dealing with like adults in a setting like that. And unfortunately, and I blame the iPad kid epidemic for this, the internet is becoming more family-friendly focused. Like, for example, all of the child protection internet laws that are starting to go down. I think the UK and Australia have passed theirs. But basically, it is restricting adults from doing adult things on the internet just because there are kids there. Instead of, I don't know, holding the parents responsible, which I've been saying this whole time is like one of the main reasons that iPad kids come about is, you know, mommy gets the iPad, she hands it to her child and goes, okay, knock yourself out. And then she gets to go drink and smoke by herself in peace because, like, you know, her child was interrupting her. Like, it's mostly just from irresponsible parenting. I have never heard of a genuine case where an adult has given a child, you know, an iPad or a phone without knowing what they're getting into. Like, in terms of what that would do. There's never been like a mom who was like, oh, well, I didn't know that they had porn on the internet. Like, it's obvious. The internet is scandalous as shit. It's a very scary place, and there's a lot of like stuff that can happen. But to leave your child up to that willingly, I think is like proper negligence that should be punished. Just because of what you can find on the internet that's easily accessible, especially on YouTube, like this platform, there is a lot of strange content that I would say is produced by iPad kids. Some of the most infamous is them trying to be famous and popular because they see their YouTubers doing that and they think, oh, well, I want to do that. I mean, yes, that's a fun, like, child dream to be a famous celebrity or YouTuber, but it gets really harmful when they start showing their face, they start doing all of these very personal trends that most celebrities are careful with, and especially when they don't know how to edit videos. My first ever YouTube channel was Bullrider, and don't laugh, Bullrider67. Yeah, no. My first ever YouTube channel was Bullrider67. It's since been deleted, but I made it all the way back in 2020, and it was my first ever time YouTubing. And I'm gonna say it, at the time, I think I was much like an iPad kid. I didn't even know what a computer was made of. I just thought it was like a bigger PS4, which I guess that's not totally wrong, but basically I just posted raw videos, kind of like how I'm doing now, but in this way I have more like context restraint. I can edit in post. Little me that was running the Bullrider67 YouTube channel did not know what editing was, and I did like a hide and seek video, and it was quite literally just a conversation between my mom and my dad being recorded because I didn't know how to mute the audio. I was just recording the video and thinking, oh, well, we're playing hide and seek, so, you know, this is fun. And I didn't realize like the ramifications of what that would have because I was an iPad kid. I didn't know how dangerous that was. And it's kind of upsetting to look back at that. Oh my gosh, did I do it again? Is 2 rebar not enough, or do I just need to wait longer? I'm gonna wait while I talk about this. But basically, like, I didn't know what to do, and I was an iPad kid in an unfamiliar space doing stuff that was, you know, generally, like, cringy, you know? And wow, I didn't know it could make that noise. But it's kind of sad. Okay. Yeah, no, I just lost that. But, like, I don't know. It would have been nice to, know a few things. Now, iPad kids, very complex issue, but with so many easy fixes. The first isn't making laws that ban adult sites. It's, you know, making adults responsible, because even if the kids get banned off the internet, adults will find other ways to occupy their children through various bad means. Notice how drugs exist in the world, right? It's only so, there's only so much time, and I'm gonna predict this, maybe even in 2026, where we find a child that got addicted to drugs because their parent, you know, wasn't supervising them. Which I would say is basically the same thing as, you know, an iPad kid. Like, the internet is not drugs, but it is wildly harmful mentally for a child to just grow up with a screen in front of them instead of a mother. It's very upsetting. And I hate to see that that's happening. I hate to see that anyone has to go through that. Because I don't believe that you are a parent if this is how your child turns out. It's harmful for the people on the internet already, with, you know, the child protection laws. It's harmful for, the kids who are going into the internet blind. And it is harmful for, like, the wider internet culture, creating a very, like, negative space for them, because they get on here, they're like, wow, it's so cool, and then they're getting shunned, and they don't have any, like, you know, understanding as of why. And if they did, they might understand, but they don't. They're just a kid, and it's very cruel to do this to them. So iPad kids, I don't like them, you know, cringy, but they don't just come from nowhere. And it's important that we understand that, especially the people who don't like iPad kids. Oh no! He's gonna hit me. He's gonna hit me. He's gonna hit me. Oh my. Dude, that was the scariest thing ever. I'm sorry for stopping talking. But I think it's important that, like, even if you hate iPad kids, you understand why they're here and why it's so sad that that they even exist, actually. So thank you, Undersea V3R. I got it right this time. Oh my gosh. For the suggestion. That was a very, like, extensive topic. That is 12 entire minutes of just me yapping. All right. Next, we gotta go back to what I was talking about from the previous video. So, hers, okay, I mentioned that hers, I got my motif from hers, what was it? It was, yeah, what once was, I almost got that wrong. What once was is, there's like a little guitar breakdown section, and I think I, like, subconsciously internalized that when making my own, like, motif that represents me. So if you listen to Son of That Bastard, which is the song that literally just plays the motif the whole time, that is the main, like, melody. There is just nothing else. Yeah, so if you listen to that and you kind of speed up the guitar a little bit, or not speed it up, but kind of slow it down a little bit and interpolate it, you'll understand. Holy, where am I going? Okay. Yeah, now VVVVV, she's one of my favorite like indie artists on YouTube that you can find. She has really good music. Her most famous is Credit Song for My Death. I think it's at 3 million. I'm not sure. It's at some like millions amount of views. And understandably so. It's very simplistic, and it was made with beatbox, which isn't like the best. It's a very simplistic DAW, DAW, digital audio workstation, basically like a video editor, but it's an audio editor. It's an audio editor. Okay, make songs digitally. There you go. Yeah, it's very simplistic. It doesn't have a lot of features. It's mostly just chiptune, I would say, chiptune and 8-bit sounding things. But she made it work, and she made a song that sounds good. Yeah. Somebody's gonna fucking put a timestamp there and put like Hassan question mark? Why would you talk about him? That's fucking terrible. I can see that coming a mile away. So yeah, she that was like one of the main things I was inspired by, and you'll notice that a lot, like not a lot, but like some of the songs I make completely follow the key that Credit Song for My Death is in, because when I was experimenting on the keyboard a lot, before I started posting music even, I would mostly just play that song. So right now, if I had it with me, I could play it, no looking, at like ×3 speed, which is useless! I survived! Which is useless, but it's just a testament to how I really love the song, and how it kind of inspired me to start experimenting and learning. And it's honestly really cool to sort of just see my success off of where I was in that state of mind at that time, just a fan of something. Yeah, I think that was like 7th grade that I saw that. So yeah, hers, I really like the songs. Unfortunate, rip. I can't say unfortunate over somebody dying. I mean, it is unfortunate, yes. Okay, rest in peace. Rip sounds very informal. Okay. Holy shit. Anyways, we're gonna get the artifact. Oh, I hope I don't die here. I usually die here. So, well, not usually. I've only died here 1 episode? Yeah, 1 episode, or maybe 2. Is there an echo effect? Okay, I'm gonna start talking, I swear, but like, I thought I heard an echo effect. So, yeah, they're really big inspirations for me. I haven't listened to, like, all of their songs. I've only listened to Credit Song for My Death and Mulzibub, from VVVVV, which, you know, that kind of sounds very disappointing, considering how much I was just glazing her. But like, you gotta understand that, I'm very weirdly picky with, oh hell yeah, I'm very weirdly picky with, my music taste. It's like, it's so odd, because I'll listen to an artist and I'll listen to 5 or 6 of their songs, and then nothing else. Like, that's it. It's just so weird. And it's not even like out of fear that I'll dislike it. No, I'm ready to listen to an entire album that I'll probably hate just to analyze it. I think it's like, I don't lose interest, but it's just a sort of like, oh yeah, it doesn't feel fun exploring anymore, you know? Oh right, I have system reorganization. I'm shocked that worked, actually. I'm shocked that worked, actually. I'm getting very risky. Yeah, but basically the big inspirations, glad I got to hear some of their songs. I hope I can make some as good as them. All right, so now we get to Tame Impala. As I just mentioned, these two are inspirations of mine, but they're not big. Like, I didn't listen to all of their songs, or a lot of them. Tame Impala, I have listened to the most songs out of any artist I've ever listened to. His music, or I guess because okay. It's a bit weird because, like, I think during concerts he's like, I preferred they because, you know, it makes it feel like a band, even though Tame Impala is just one guy. So I'll just use they. So Tame Impala, they're pretty prolific with like a lot of the like good banger tracks. TikTok is hung up on most of just Tame Impala, I've realized. Like, the less I know, the better, and Let It Happen, I think, are possibly some of the most popular to hit the site ever, and just in the wider, like, pop culture, I guess you would call it. Tame Impala's pop culture, I'll say that. Somebody got mad. Oh! No, yeah. I'm normal. I'm fine. Trust, gang. I did not just say gang like that in that fucking tone of voice. What the fuck? Okay, so yeah, I really like their music. They inspire me, like, musically at least. And I think I subtly got that sort of like chorus versus format from them, but I also just generally follow pop song not chord, like chorus. Holy fumble. Mr. Dodo's not cooking today. But basically I kind of follow some of the formats that they do. And of course, a few of the songs I've made has been in the key of Let It Happen before. So that's really funny. I also think originally when I was experimenting with my, like, pop or singer-songwriter style of music, I was trying to evoke that sort of tone of voice that, like, but it doesn't have to be there. So say that's not the lyrics, but like that's sort of like soft kind of, also voice crack. Holy shit. That sort of soft, like narrative kind of singing wow kind of voice. That actually does describe it, despite the fact that I got cut off. Singing wow. But yeah, so Tame Impala, hers VVVVV, very cool. Vulgarity and its purpose. That reminds me of the Industrial Revolution and its consequences, or something like that. Oh man, you fucking kidding me? Fine. Well, I say that as if it's a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Elastic limbs is a very good perk. Elastic limbs, you're letting me down. So, what? No, dude. Nepesta. Yeah, so basically, oh my gosh, I use vulgarity kind of sparsely actually when I'm talking to, like, someone. So if I'm talking to, like, say a friend or something, you know, I might swear a little often, but if I'm just talking to somebody like how I am now, how many times have I cursed in the White Knuckle Rant series? Somebody better count that. Like, up until this point, how many curse words? Because I can bet you it's lower than 15 curse words. It might not be, but I'm betting that it's lower than 15. I might lose that bet, in which case I have to give you guys nothing, which is a very big loss for me because I don't have a lot of nothing left, and it's running out. So, you know, you could get your nothing if I lose this bet. But basically, I only curse for very specific reasons. I only use vulgar language as how I view it to be intended. It kind of like an exclamatory, a thing that's like, wow, shocking, and stuff like that, you know? Like, you don't say fuck because, like, you know, somebody took a footstep. You say fuck because they just stomped over your vase, or because they did like a cool trick, you know? Like, fuck, dude, you did that, or something like that. That was a terrible fucking... Somebody kill me for that one, by the way. Mods, get over here and shoot me in the head for that joke. So basically... Oh, that's gonna get me demonetized. I shouldn't be saying that. I say as if I'm monetized. I'm not. I'm too small for that! There we go. Aw, that sucked. Yeah, no, I don't curse, like, often just for that. And I think, you know, vulgar language and vulgarity, it's really important. It's a good literary tool to show somebody's emotions, to show how stressful a situation might be for even like a character or just to you. And it's very emotional in nature. So I really think it has like a strong purpose being used. And I don't know why some people and I'm like, even just the act of not cursing is an interesting decision. That says a lot about what cursing is culturally. So, like, I don't think we should just outright dismiss curse words as like junk food of language, because it is really important narratively and actually cool as shit to see what curse words are in other languages, not just so you can curse with getting away with it, but also because, like, I'm trying to learn Esperanto, and I think, I'm not sure, I think Fermu la Falcon is shut the fuck up, or shut your fucking mouth, translated. But holy shit. Anyways, oh, someone, I forgot I had a double jump. Are you fuck? Oh, let's try this again. I don't know why I said it like that. Yeah, no, I have nothing to give this guy. Wait! I could get another double jump. Three! I'm unstoppable. Okay, anyways. See, that jump isn't normally possible. Okay, anyways, yeah, so I also want to bring up Has-Been Hotel. I talked about that earlier in this episode, funnily enough, as like the fan base being more like children. But the weird thing about like vulgarity and its value, because like it is a very important thing, like culturally. It can't just dismiss that. Is this motherfucker fall? Fuck you. See, like right there, I just did it. And like, okay, well, I did kind of go off what I was saying. Like off course. I mean to say that, like, I think, like, literally in Esperanto that translates to shut your fucking mouth or shut the fuck up. But in the language, it just means shut your mouth, animal. Like not animal as in the noun. I mean like animal as in describing your mouth as an animal mouth rather than a human mouth. So literally comparing your mouth to an animal, basically saying close your foul mouth or something like that. That's what I was like told. And I haven't actually confirmed that, which is so stupid because Esperanto is like a building blocks language. It's not hard to figure out what the root of animal is and then see if, you know, that's correct or not. So, yeah. Okay, back to what I was saying, after I got off side of that. Basically, Has Been Hotel and Hell of a Boss are stupid with the way that they use vulgarity. Now, Vivzy Pop, she has said, you know, that's just the way that I talk to people, you know? But that's stupid. As a writer, you're supposed to, you know, write characters. You're not supposed to be writing yourself. Like, I'm pretty sure the entire point... Do we get greedy? We don't get greedy. We don't get greedy. I'm pretty sure the entire point of writing is to make something that like you're sometimes unfamiliar with, or something like new. You're not trying to put yourself into these characters, and I mean you do. No author has created a book that didn't include them. I don't know where that quote comes from. Like, I know that's a quote, like no author has created a book that didn't include them, but I don't know from where. I gotta figure that out. Wow, I almost just missed that. That would have been embarrassing. Oh, this is so trivial. Well, actually, yeah, it's so funny because in hard mode, these things launch way faster. The little spike crushers from like Portal. That's what I compare them to, because this game has a lot of Portal inspirations. Oh yes, I skipped the game. I skipped the game. I am the game and I skipped the game. I'm using all three of my jumps just out of fear, which is so funny. Because I'm afraid to like fall. But like that can lead to me falling if I don't use that right. So with the way that she uses it, it kind of spoils the entire point. A curse word is exclamatory. It's something that stands out. It's something that shocks people. It makes you cover your mouth. It makes you, you know, aware of when you say it. A curse word accidentally slipping has lost its original intent as exclamatory, as like, you know, intense. It's no longer intense. It's just, haha, he said the word fuck. Literally, what and what the fuck are two different types of, like, they're asking the same thing, but you feel it in two separate ways. Oh! Nah, you're dying for that. I'm wasting time to kill you for that. Okay. So, like, she just uses it so much to the point where it's kind of hard to notice. And that's kind of my point. Especially in writing, you don't want to overuse language. There's a specific term for it where, like, if you say words or a word too much, it starts to lose its meaning in your mind. I made that mistake so many times. Mostly when getting like a jump upgrade or something that increases jump height. Wow, it's lagged. I'm going pretty fast through this. Like, I'm probably gonna make a new record or something. So, yeah. I don't really like how that, oh my god, dude. This is peak. This is peak. I just traveled up that entire chamber. Oh, and of course we immediately get the altar. I should have gotten the artifact so I could get like another double. Oh my gosh. Could you imagine 4 jumps? That would have been insane. I'm gonna be so sad when I lose this run. Hopefully I don't, and I can finish all the topics and then maybe just continue running anyways. Well, actually, no. The video ends when I finish the topics. I'll just continue the run off screen then, unless I die. Okay, better finish the topics. Shit. Okay, so we just finished Vulgarity. What's next? The Fallout show. Has anybody seen that? Anybody in my audience? It's really nice, I think so. It's not perfect, but it is certainly better than the fucking Halo abomination. That was horrific. I haven't even played that many Halo games, just 2. And I watched that show and cringed. Like, they did so much. And I think the main issue is a lot of video games are rooted in politics that aren't, like, commercially viable, like, media-wise. Video games-wise, yes. You can have somebody say, hey, maybe it's okay to kill sometimes. But in a movie, that gets a little concerning and it gets bad reviews. It's very different spaces, and I'm glad that they somewhat translated the way that Fallout talks about politics into the show. Currently they only have episode 3 of season 2, which I understand a lot of people were concerned for because Fallout New Vegas, it is peak, but it is a like choose your own adventure type story where you basically decide the end. Because that's how Fallout works. It's a character interactive thing. Nothing happens without your input in a lot of ways. Like, sure, things do happen, but nothing serious is decided on its own. There we go. Oh, I might have almost just killed myself there. Oh! Dude. Oh, there we go. I can't, there we go. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so Fallout show, I think it's pretty good. I like where they're going. Some of the decisions that I really don't like, and I'm gonna go with this. Why is the NCR just dead? I mean, that would have been like an interesting plot point in the games, but with the way that they're handling the factions here, why is the NCR dead? That doesn't exactly make sense. I know they're trying to say like Shady Sands, but that wasn't all of the NCR. That was just some. Like, are they trying to make it to where the NCR is just pathetic in this universe? I mean, an interesting way to go, but not one that I necessarily agree with, or that would have been good narratively. Although, it does make for one of the best moments in the series. Spoiler alert for episode 3. So, frick. Cooper, he goes to like the NCR for help to defeat the Legion, and he figures out that they're like basically just on their last breath. And so he goes back to the Legion to try to get Lucy, you know, saved, and he says, hey, I know where the last of the NCR is. No backups, just like basically scraps. You can kill them. You can bury them for sure. And, oh, you bitch. It turns into this really cool, like, gotcha moment, which would definitely happen in a Fallout game, where he plays so many sides at once that they all just kill each other, except for the NCR. The NCR remains a secret. They're in their little hideout, free of predators like the Legion trying to kill them. I say predators like this is a natural ecosystem. That's a funny way to put it. Wow. It's getting to the point where I'm able to jump across this, like, these distances. Jump up jump up these distances with minimal effort. How many chambers have I been through in, like, the past 5 minutes? I wonder. The only real thing that can kill me now is, like, greed or stupidity. I guess not greed technically, but you know what I mean. We're already back at the break room, dude. Oh, it was a red one. Okay, so like I really like how the I'm gonna do portable bank just because of how late game we are. That way I can get some like passive income. We're not gonna go for any more artifacts, even though I keep saying, and this one's probably going to be, oh, never mind, it's not sacrificial. I feel like I have gone too deep with the perks that if I go to the artifact place, which doesn't allow perks, yeah, I'm not gonna survive well, and I don't even have the items for that. Let me check my inventory when I can. Oh, hey, I got the achievement. I got the achievement. Yeah, no, I have basically nothing. I got the achievement for 5K in a run. That's really cool. We did it together, you and I, in this 40-minute installment. Sorry, I'm gonna get through this faster. Fallout show, TS so peak. I love it. Let's go to the hurdy-gurdy. This one's gonna be short. So, if you don't know what I just said and thought it was like a kid's cartoon show, hurdy-gurdy is an instrument that's expensive as fuck, but is basically the accordion violin. That's what I call it. It has like, not billows, not like a, it has a wheel that you spin, that you rotate, and it creates two tones, and then of course you play on a keyboard, much like an accordion where it has the billows, and then you play on a keyboard. Yeah, it's a really cool ass instrument that I really want because it sounds amazing, but it's expensive as shit because they're handcrafted. There's not a single manufacturer that just like mass produces hurdy-gurdies, because I'm going to be honest, you, the viewer, probably haven't ever heard of this instrument ever and think I'm just making this up. It's H-U-R-D-Y, G-U-R-D-Y. I think it's European or Scottish or something to the extent where it changes, like, it's like, it changes your expectations of how it's spelled. That's what I meant to say. I really need the full hammer ability. Aw, dang it. I went the wrong way. I'm gonna get caught in the flood somehow. Yeah. Dude, run, dude. Oh, break room? Yeah. Oh, fuck. There we go. Dude, the things I have to do just to follow you, /ref. Okay, so hurdy-gurdy, pretty cool, I really want it. Okay, the amazing digital circus. You've probably heard of that. It's very popular. Wait, does it? No way. Dude, I win the game, by the way. There's just no way I don't get that 10K. Yeah, the amazing digital circus. I really love it. So far, only episode 7 has come out. I don't know where they're gonna go for 8 because I really thought the series would end immediately after this. Gooseworks, big fan of hers. I've been watching her for a while. Like Little Runmo is one of my favorite rewatches out of any piece of media. Like I'll just rewatch that video every once in a while. Meatball Man, peak character design, and also very horrifically funny because it's just this guy shows up out of nowhere and is threatening for whatever reason. Oh, I almost just fell. But yeah, the Amazing Digital Circus, very much inspired off of I Have No Mouth, but I'm a Scream. And that is one of my favorite horror short stories of all time. Oh! What the fuck is wrong with this game? Aw, dang it! I didn't mean to do that. Oh, yeah, no. Wait, hold on. Peak. Okay, so, wow, this is getting to the point where it's just that. Okay. Stamina. Dude, I'm gonna start losing points. Maybe I stop getting perks for now. Holy shit. Yeah, okay, so I really like where it's going so far because you would assume it's just your average, you know, like indie animation, oh, people like it because it's indie type thing. But the Amazing Digital Circus holds its own merit culturally, especially in how they changed 3D animation with Kane. Kane is such a fucking complex character, like 3D animation wise, because you have to convey emotion. You have all these different moving parts, and it's so cool that they just have his mouth for his eyebrows and mouth at the same time. That holds basically his facial expressions in one. Oh, do I get an extra jump from Rabbit? Oh, I get an extra jump from yeah, no, wait. I get an extra jump from Rabbit, I think. Maybe it has that hidden effect. So that's pretty cool. But I want to mess with the floodgate. Dang it, this stupid robotic voice limiting what I can do with my time. No! I just wasted so many precious seconds! No! Is this it? Ah! And I forgot to talk more about the Digital Circus. Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, that's it. Thank you, Undersea V3R, for that suggestion. Boy, this one was long. Oh man, we'll talk more about the Digital Circus in the next episode. I love you all. Mr. Dododo out.